evening, you wonderful people, or good afternoon, or good morning, or good whenever, if you are watching on the replay, if you're listening on the Acts on This TV audio experience, which is a free podcast, for those people who don't know, that I put out on Apple Podcasts, I put it out on Spotify as well, SoundCloud, lots of other different sort of podcasting platforms where basically you can catch up on this Monday Night Live broadcast audio anytime you like, basically, as part of something called the Acts on This TV audio experience. So, just search for Acts on This TV, all one word, on Spotify, or on SoundCloud, or on Apple Podcasts, and you'll find it. So if you miss one of these live broadcasts, you can catch up in your own time for free. So how we doing, everybody? It's bloody boiling tonight, isn't it? Something has happened to the weather. Obviously, we've got a bit of a heat wave in the UK right now. It's the 4th of September. I am live at 4 minutes past 9 at night, and it's still absolutely boiling. So I had to just go and get a bottle of water quickly before we went live there, because I'm sweating. I'm not complaining. I bloody love the weather, and hopefully that is cheering people up. Lots that I want to cover tonight, and one thing that I do want to cover, once we had a little bit of a recap on what's been going down on actonthis.tv recently, is almost, and let me know if maybe I'm picking up on something that, I don't know, maybe it isn't there, but I'm picking up on a vibe in the industry right now amongst actors, and I don't know what it is, if it's maybe a bit of end of summer blues, although like I say, the weather's amazing still, or back to school blues. I don't know, people are getting the back to school sort of blues that we all used to get as kids, even though we're adults now, we don't go back to school, but I'm feeling almost kind of like, I don't know, actors are giving up. Like, too early on this year. They're almost sort of writing off 2023 already, when they're like, oh, it's almost towards the end of the year. It's not really. There's 4 freaking months left. But I'm just getting a lot of emails from people who are tired, and I get it. You know, maybe it's been a long year. Question everything about themselves and their career. Maybe having sort of like, I don't know, buying into this sort of negative energy within the industry right now, because there's a ton of it, and it's all unnecessary, around like, oh, AI is going to be taking over, we've got the strikes in America, there's no jobs around. Everybody's just focusing on the negative things that allow them to make excuses about why they're not progressing their career. And that might sound brutal, but it's just true. Because I know all the people who I know, and I try and obviously preach this myself, but the people who focus on the solutions and the people who focus on what is right are really making significant progress in the industry right now, amongst all this stuff that everyone's telling you to be afraid of. So let me know if you're feeling it, or if you're picking up on it, because I think even subconsciously, if you're, generally a positive person, it can kind of bleed into you, like almost like via osmosis. If you're picking up on it on Twitter or on social media, it's not even Twitter anymore, is it? X, or maybe you're just, I don't know, surrounding yourself by people who naturally want to focus on everything that's wrong in the world as opposed to everything that actually is right. And there's a lot of it, but I know negativity is louder, as always, because it always is. You don't need to try and make negativity louder, because the media will do it for you. Everybody else will do it for you. The one thing that we need to do as a community Acts on This is make positivity louder. So just let me know like how you're feeling, and it's just something that I feel is, I don't know, I'm picking up on it, but it might be because I probably come into contact with, I don't know, 200 actors a day, so there's bound to be a few negative people amongst that. Let's have a look. Everyone's saying gorgeous weather. Everyone's loving the weather. Do you know what? That does sort of like pick people's mood up, doesn't it? Even that is decent. Natalie's just waiting for the autumn weather. I like autumn weather as well, Nat. I do like pumpkin spice lattes now they're out at Starbucks, and I do like sort of the autumn leaves kicking through them on my daily walks. I just don't like rain. So as long as it's not raining, I don't mind. But yeah, let me know just how everybody's feeling. Hopefully people in this community aren't feeling it. I just feel it in the wider sort of industry. I'm just seeing a lot of moaning again, a lot of whinging. I'm like, come on, let's just stop it. Let's just focus on some solutions. So I've got some videos that I'm just going to play out tonight for people that are hopefully going to just pick people up if you are feeling like that. But I can see people, Alex is saying no, not me. Indy's saying not me, buzzing right now. This is good. This is good then, definitely. Let's have a look. Last week was really tough, says Katora, but ended up on a high as my role on Casualty aired on Saturday night. Katora, that's what I was saying in the email you sent me, in the reply that I sent you back. Katora's had quite a few no's recently, but they're no's that are one step closer to yeses. And just getting a no means you're in the mix. You're in the game, aren't you? You're playing the game. You're being considered, for roles. People wouldn't be bringing you in if they didn't think you could do the job. You just had, your casualty episode play on Saturday night. You want to be getting the footage of that, like right now, Katora, getting that out to every casting director in the industry. This time of year, a lot of things go into production. It's not a quiet time at all. People think end of the year, all people winding down. Lots of productions will start to actually go into production over the next 4, 6, 8 weeks. The Responder 2 just started principal photography today, for example, the Martin Freeman police drama written by Tony Schumacher. I saw Tony tweet that today, that, they started filming The Responder 2 literally as of now, the 4th of September. There's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, there'll even be roles in that up for grabs. That's only the first 2 episodes that are going into production. Episodes 3, 4, and 5 have not been finalised yet. There's loads. So it's at this time of the year, and I say it every year, those people have been around a long time. Alex, I know you've been around a long time, and I bet you've heard me say this a lot of times. For me, September onwards, and particularly the last quarter of any year, is some of the most exciting time for me, because it's the time where a lot of people are sleepwalking into Christmas. They are giving up. They are writing the year off. And it's a time where all us lot who are inspired and motivated and keeping each other inspired and motivated, because we need that sometimes, because I don't wake up totally inspired every single day of my life, believe it or not. But it's an opportunity for us lot to get ahead. If you just stay in the game, push forward, you can make a lot of progress in this last quarter. I don't know if there's any basketball fans in the house, but a lot of basketball games are won in the last quarter. Teams can be down in the first 3 quarters of a match, and then they can make a comeback in the 4th quarter. That could be you and your career this year. So I just wanted to, sort of get out of the way to begin with. I want people to focus on ending the year strong. And if you're a member of ActsOnThis.tv, we're going to make it really easy for you. I want to have a little recap of what's been going down over... Hang on, press the wrong button there. See that? I was ending the show. I want to have a little recap of what's been going down over at ActsOnThis.tv. I'm just going to go over to the website. If you're here for the first time, maybe you've stumbled across this broadcast completely by accident. ActsOnThis.tv is a website I've ran for the last 13 years, getting on 14 years now. Every single week, we sit down on Zoom with the biggest casting directors, agents, actors, writers, directors, and producers in TV. We host private Zoom calls, ultimately discussing with that guest how we as actors can have more success in our careers much faster than try to figure it all out on our own, basically. It's a really proactive community. It's for action takers. It's for actors who don't want to sit on their backsides and just wait for powerful other people or chance to dictate their career. It's for people who actually want to get shit done. So if you're not a part of this community, please come and check it out. ActsOnThis.tv. Get a membership. We've got some amazing stuff coming up. But I just want to recap on this week's feature. Well, last week's feature, we had a special guest, Diarmuid. I've got to get his name right because it's hard to pronounce. Diarmuid Goggins, an incredible TV director, has directed just some massive, massive dramas. There he is. He's just about to direct an 8-part. We couldn't really discuss it on the broadcast, but a big, big, big 8-part drama for a huge streaming service that he's just going into production of, well, going into sort of pre-production and casting now. He has got a Channel 5 drama coming out called The Night Caller, starring Robert Glenister. But he's directed absolutely massive stuff, Silent Witness, Kin, huge shows. His big Netflix show recently was Witness Number 3, which is a superb drama. You should all go and watch on Netflix if you can. But we had a whole 2.5 hour call with Diarmuid, all about standing out of the crowd for all of the right reasons and hustling and just, getting the work done even when it's hard and when you are facing that rejection, you feel you're not necessarily getting anywhere. He's had to do that in his own career as a director. He's a massive advocate for, pushing actors to do the same, creating your own work, ultimately, knocking on doors. That was the theme of this broadcast, just keep knocking on doors until they open. And he was saying people will see all of his credits now. They'll see credit after credit of big, 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 big drama. And it's for every one of those you see, there's 9 rejections that I get for dramas that I really want to work on. So it's just the same for directors as it is for actors in the TV industry. But what I want to do, I just want to play out just a little 2-minute mashup as usual of just some of the topics of discussion that came up on that chat. And let me know while this is playing if you were there. I want to know what your biggest takeaway was. I say it was a long one, so if you've not seen it, dig in at the replay. It's in the members area on ActsOnThis.tv right now. You might want to take it in 2 parts across the week or whatever, but if you listen to it on the replay, whatever, again, tweet me at Act on This TV. Let me know what your biggest takeaway is. And here's a little bit of what's in store for you. Director of so many awesome TV shows, including Silent Witness, Sky's Bulletproof, Amazon smash hit Kin, Netflix's incredible Witness Number 3, and upcoming Channel 5 drama, The Nightcaller, is Diarmuid Goggins in the house. I want to look at Witness Number 3.
An eyewitness testimony like yours, Jodie. That's what could make or break this case.
Initially, if we could just talk about your casting process and, to begin with, getting on your radar in the first place.
You know, we live in a world where social media is pretty big. There is YouTube, there is all these platforms where you can get your work out there. If you make a short film that's 3 minutes, 5 minutes long, you know, get a writer friend, get a director friend, write it yourself, direct, whatever way you need to do, and I can see a performance and I can feel something, that will get people's attention.
Is there any other sort of advice you would give just so that they would make that great first impression?
If I see a half-arsed show reel, I think the actor's half-arsed. I'm going to go, well, if he's half-arsed with a show reel, it means is he going to be half-arsed learning his lines?
You said when actors come in, you want them to surprise you. What do you mean by that?
So you're digging into the work to kind of go, how do we make this more exciting than just what it is? Because if it's just what it is, that's fine, but it's only gleaming the surface. So I guess what I like to see is an actor that's coming into my room, having thought about this and having thought about there could be other potentials to where this goes.
I got an email from an actress today that I'm going to share. I guess my question is when to call it a day, maybe give it till the end of this year and start applying for the jobs from now.
If you believe you're not good enough, well then why would I believe you're good enough? You know, I guess that's what I fundamentally come back to. So you have to keep believing you're good enough, have your down days, have your poxy days, go and have a cry, and then get back on a horse and go again.
Do you have a way of digging in deeper to get them from being very good to being outstanding?
That's what it is to make the actor feel comfortable and that they can do their best work. And if you're there, you got to remember that you're there because I think you're brilliant. So just go in and be brilliant. Keep invigorating yourself and trying to reinvent yourself and cut yourself out from the rest of the people out there.
Boom! ActOnThis.tv. Get yourself a membership if you want to get access to the full 2.5 hour chat with Diarmuid. Like I say, it was a long one, but he's just got so much to deliver. He's got that Irish charm. He's very charismatic. He tells it exactly as it is. In his own words, he shoots from the hip. He's a straight talker. And it was just a really, really good session. If you've not seen it, honestly, listen to it. I always put the audio-only version up as well. You don't have to sit and watch the recording of the Zoom call. You can pop some earphones in. You can just listen to the audio there. But we just covered so much. A lot on rejection, like you saw there as well. And I just thought, it's just going to inspire people to just carry on. A lot of the time, when you just turn around and you have a look at actually how far you've come, like what you think isn't a lot of progress, you'll realize is actually, potentially like quite massive. If you turn around to look back at January where everybody was, as we're now in September, and you might be able to reel off all of these things that haven't gone your way. But actually, when you look at the progress that went into getting those things and those opportunities that didn't go your way, you've still made massive progress. We've all got to stop focusing on this horizon that we're running towards. It'd be like when I get there, I'll be happy, because when you get there, there's just another one, and you're going to run towards that, and you'll be happy when you get there, and there'll be another one, and you'll never be happy. You will live between where you are and where you want to be. So we need to turn around and just celebrate what you've achieved so far in 2023 to set you up for this last quarter where we're going to, we've got 4 months left, so a little over a quarter of the year left. But it's a good exercise to do, actually just literally writing down the things you've achieved this year. Maybe you've shot some self-tapes, maybe you've had a couple of auditions, maybe you've had some agent meetings, whether you got signed or not, doesn't matter. Any little breakthroughs, when you write them all down, you can go, oh, actually, you know what? I've done loads. That's what I was saying, Couture, in that email. I hope you don't mind as well. We used part of that email as an example, just to, a lot of the time I'll receive emails from actors where it is like, I haven't done this, I've done all this stuff, but it's not gone my way. I've, been to these classes, I've been doing these workshops, I've had a meeting with this agent, I've shot a show reel scene, I've got some new headshots taken, maybe you signed with a new agent, all these little things. And just because it's not the final job on telly, or it's not a lead role in a Netflix show, people don't give themselves credit for it. It's almost like, it's weird, isn't it? It's almost like we don't want to give ourselves a pat on the back until our face is on a box in the corner of somebody's front room. It's like all the work behind the scenes that goes into achieving that, we discount until we're actually on the telly, and then it's all about that. It's just that thing. So I think we need to be a little bit kinder to ourselves in this last 4 months of 2023. Celebrate all of the wins, and it's just going to inspire you to just go harder, go faster, and just to, get more done effectively. Florina says, when are they stopping production filming and going back on? Is in stopping in December and starting in January. Generally, production companies work right up until the end of the year, Florina, so it'll be roughly, I know sometimes like last year, some productions were finishing on like the 21st, 22nd of December, starting up again 5th, 6th of January. There's a very small break over Christmas in production in terms of, TV drama and stuff. Time is money. Don't let people have a lot of time off, but yeah, again, that no one's going to be breaking right up until the end of the year, and I think this is just a misconception a lot of actors have, and that's why they decide they're just going to slow down and 2023 is over, forget it. 2023 there's a lot of time left, a lot of time to win. Sarah says, just in case you missed it, I've had so many no's. Oh, and finally today, I've had a chemistry read for a brand new drama. It will happen. Nice. I've had so many no's. I was saying, to multiple people this week, I had a really dodgy year last year. Like, I had some really great tapes, really great opportunities. I just couldn't book a job to save my life. About 15 tapes, and every one I thought I did a good job of. And a lot of them, not all of them, probably 5 or 6 of them, I was like, God, this could have been written for me. This is really close to my casting type. Didn't get any. I was like, what's going on? And then the start of this year was a bit ropey as well, but then really, really picked up, and I just booked 4 jobs on the bounce. So you just never, you just got to keep going. You never know where the opportunities are going to come from. But keep us posted on that, Sarah. If you've got a chemistry read, that's like really late in the process. So you clearly stand a good job in that. Ben says, I wish I'd stopped mentioning the responder. Ben, we're going to get everyone in the responder. There are 3 episodes left to cast, maybe. Did you have an audition for it? Is that why you're saying that? I can't remember. If you did, they're loyal as hell. Like, Robert Stern's a total legend. So is Kate Boney's helping him. Tony Schumacher is. The whole team are brilliant. They'll remember you if you had an audition. You did a good job, man. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. Alex says it's time. Katora's laughing at this. It's time for us to rise above the quitters. It is. Honestly, lots of people just quit today. I promise you. Lots of people just decided they'd had enough and they just couldn't do it. And if you stay in the game, you're closer than they are. Joe said he loved the call with Diarmuid Goggins. Finished watching it today. Nice one. Everyone's saying Diarmuid was great. So that's awesome. Olivia says she feels like she went through a bit of a down spell before summer, as it had been a year since she'd graduated. But then I looked back on it. This is what I was just saying. Then I look back on everything and have done what I've done and people I've met. Now I'm on a great wave of motivation, positivity, and clarity. I feel like I've flipped the switch and taken back control and feeling more confident. So yeah, I'm on a buzz, just keeping the energy going. And that's it. You've got to keep the energy going, effectively. It's all you can do. Just keep focusing on moving forward, as opposed to looking behind you, looking at what's already been and gone. Ben says, yeah. So if you had an audition, Ben, don't worry, man. Anything could happen. They could get you back for episodes 3, 4, and 5. You never know. He says lots of scenes, hard accent, a lot of work, and you've not heard anything. Well, you just sometimes don't know, Ben. You don't know who's saved that tape, and who's going to watch it at some point down the line when they're casting for other parts in this show. Honestly, stranger things have happened. In fact, I've not. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I've got a clip. I don't know if it's in this. I'm going to play. I picked this clip out. Me and Petch have been working on some micro content from the last few calls over on Acts on this. We had star of ITV's The Bay, Andrew Dowbig, in recently. We had him on as a guest. He was talking about his journey to, starring in now what is arguably, a flagship ITV drama. He plays Clarky in The Bay, massive character, massive show. He's been in every single season of it. And the story behind that, Ben, was that he, was auditioning for a part in one episode, didn't get it, didn't hear anything for a month, and then got a call out of the blue over a month later, saying, "Will you take 2 scenes as a policeman, a small policeman, not a small policeman, you know what I mean? He's not small, Andrew's tall, as a as a small role as a policeman, like 2 scenes. And he went and he did the 2 scenes, and they liked it so much that something happened. Don't know what it was, but he got written in as a main character for the rest of the season and every season since. So he hadn't heard anything for weeks from, an audition that he'd done. So it can happen, man. I just hear stories like that all the time. I've got a piece here from Andrew talking about, it might be included in here, talking about all the shitty day jobs that he did before he, sort of got established as an actor. And we've all done these as well. I thought this is quite inspiring to listen to, just because so many people see actors on TV now and think, oh, they just appeared there. Like, they've bled out their eyes to get the success that they, they're having now as well. So let's just play this. It's just 2 minutes. This is from a previous session, like I say, I did with Andrew Dowbiggin, great actor. Just a couple of weeks ago, he was our guest on That's On This.tv. Sometimes I see a lot of entitlement in this industry where people just want to move straight into the bay or line of duty or something like that. They don't really want to pay their dues and do a lot of the lower level work. What was it like for you in the early days? Because you were telling me the other day, like, touring parts of Europe doing theatre and education and stuff. You really just got stuck into the hustle, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I did some fringe plays in London first for Nout, hoping that, I could write to people, they would come and see it. So you do that hustle to begin with, you sort of go and do your work. And then I got a job with Vienna's English Theatre, touring with their winter show. I was also a driver, driving the van, loading in, loading out. All of our shows were in the morning, so I mean, you sometimes doing hundreds of miles. It was hard graft, and I wouldn't look down on it as a lesser job by any means by any stretch. I learn't so much, and money.
Yeah,
I got money, and it meant that I could live in my flat, and I could go and I could buy my girlfriend a Christmas present, and I could, pay my bills. I've done all kinds of jobs, mate.
Yeah.
All kinds of jobs. I've given out Belvita at Mornington Crescent Tube Station at 6 o'clock in the morning, Barocca at London Bridge Station.
Bit of promo work, yeah?
I literally did promo to the point where I was an event manager, to where I was a production manager. I've just done jobs. I've done the jobs I needed to do in order to survive in an industry which never promised me anything, but would keep me in the game. I didn't look at it as if I'm soul destroyed because I'm doing another job. I looked at it as if to say, it's going to mean I can go for something. I can afford to do that. I can go to that class at the Rag Factory that they used to run, the early days of those workshops, TV workshops, casting director workshops. It did all that.
Another one, That's On This.tv, in your members area. Get a membership if you've not got one already. You'll get access to the full, I think it's a 2-hour chat that we had with Andrew, just ultimately talking all about his journey, his audition for the Bay, everything that he did in order to achieve that, agents, I mean, everything you can imagine in that chat. And giving out Barocca and Belvita at train stations at 6 o'clock in the morning, because that's the hustle, required. It's hard, isn't it? It's difficult. I worked in a computer game shop for 11 years of my life while getting established as an actor. It was shit, but it was what was required. It was like he said there, it's that he did the things that he needed to do in order to survive in a business that owed him nothing. And the business does sort of owe us nothing. It is brutal like that. You come into this game, don't you, with your eyes open. So you've just got to do what you can do to survive. But I promise you, if you're feeling shit now, things aren't necessarily going your way, every actor you see on TV, bar the odd one or two, have been in your position lots and lots and lots of times, and have had to go and do the things they needed to do to survive in an industry that didn't owe them anything. So we just got to keep pushing forward. Tom said it's a bit horrible when you don't hear anything. It is, but again, it's kind of par for the course, isn't it? It's just something that's just the way that it's always been. And if you go into it knowing that there's a chance you're going to do these auditions, you're going to send these tapes off and hear absolutely nothing, you're kind of all right with it. It's just like, okay. And you've just got to be. That is just the way that it is. It's the way that it's always been. And people are fighting for, yes, no, so at least you get some kind of acknowledgement of whether the party's still available or whatever. But for me, I just send a tape off, and honestly, I'm just like, I just write it off as a no until I hear a yes. Just go, I'll send that off. It's probably a no, but you never know. You might get a yes back. I just think it's better energy spent focusing on the next opportunity than focusing on one that is either current or has just gone by. I'd rather just be like hustling and looking for something else. So then if I do get a no from this, at least I can work on something else then. Work towards something else. So it's a tough one, man, but hang in there, folks, if you are in that position, definitely. Marek said he's getting married. Marek, you're getting married? Congratulations, mate. Says Andy's got a lead in a feature film, filming later this month for 5 weeks. Life is good. Marek, you know what I mean? Well, there you go. That's nice. Nice little wedding gift you got yourself there. Right, what else did I want to play you? Wanted to dive a little bit further sort of into mindset. Again, to sort of just boost people and bolster people up for this final 4 months of this year. Again, over on actsonthis.tv, one of our weekly guests recently, if I dive into the preview section, was a really good friend of mine and high-performance mindset coach, Mr. Matt Hall. This guy here, How to Win Your Motivation Back with high-performance mindset coach Matt Hall. An incredible session with Matt, walking you through some proven sort of frameworks of just how to cultivate a champion's mindset, how to really develop mental toughness, how to get back on your mental game, and control your emotions as opposed to your emotions controlling you. I think it's quite ironic sometimes, and it's difficult in this game, but the one thing that we were supposed to be able to use as actors, as our tools, are our emotions, because, they're the thing that you're accessing when you're acting, whether, they're happy emotions, sad emotions, in between, whatever. The best actors should be in control of their emotions in their work, so that they can, their emotions can serve them ultimately. And I think what happens in this industry, because it is so emotional when you get all the rejection, is as actors, we end up just serving our freaking emotions, which is quite ironic because it completely should be the other way around. So, the more mental toughness and resilience and control of your emotions I think you can develop as a human, not as an actor, the more you can implement that to better your work as an actor effectively. Matt, I've got a little clip here. Matt just spoke about some decisions that are really, really, really important in your life. And I just wanted to play this clip out because I love it. And I think everyone here should ask themselves these questions, basically. There are 3 decisions that are the most important decisions in your life. And Marek, I know you might be thinking one of them is the person you marry. That is not actually one of the most important decisions of your life. It's not even close. It's interesting because people think, well, the most important decisions in your life are who you marry, what house you buy, where you live, the job you choose. They're not the most important by any means. These are the most important decisions you can ever make.
The 3 biggest decisions that you will ever make in your life. You're making them every minute of every day. Question number 1 is, what am I focusing on? What you focus on right now is one of the biggest decisions you can possibly make, okay? The second one is, what meaning am I giving to that thing? That's the thing I really want you to recognize. We don't experience life. We experience the life we focus on. Everybody's interpretation of this call tonight will be slightly different.
Yeah.
If we was all just experiencing life, we'd all have the exact same experience. We're all on the same Zoom call, listening to the same words, seeing the same slides. But we don't. I can see there's 55 people currently live with us now, and there will be 55 different experiences right now. And the third one is, what am I doing because of this? Really dig deep and recognize, what do you consistently choose to focus on? What's the meaning you give what you choose to focus on? And then what are you doing because of it? You'll find that at the core of why you are where you are is, like I said earlier, the compound effect of the answers you give to these 3 questions every single day. This is creating your results or lack of results, basically, in a nutshell.
And yet another 2.5-hour incredible session for members of Acts on This in the members area for you right now, if you didn't join us for that call live. So yeah, they are the 3 biggest decisions you are making. Excuse me, I've got fizzy water. I don't want to burp down the microphone. Yeah, those are the three biggest decisions you are making at any one time in your life. Ben, let's take the example before you were using the responder, right? So what are you focusing on? So we could go, okay, right, I'm focusing on an audition that I sent off, I did my best on, and I didn't get anything back from. Okay, what meaning am I giving that? Well, right now, the meaning you're giving it is maybe I've been mugged off, shouldn't have bothered, waste of time, I might not be good enough, maybe they didn't like it. All this stuff that you're fortune telling about, that's most certainly not true. And then what are you doing because of that? Well, fucking hate it if you mention the responder, right? Or what you're doing is maybe I'm allowing that, what I'm doing is I'm focusing on that. The meaning I'm giving it is that, I wasn't good enough. And now what I'm doing about it is just sitting there feeling a bit shit. And it's flipping all that around and going, right, what are we focusing on? Right, I got an opportunity to audition for arguably one of the biggest police dramas ever come out of the BBC. Starring some incredible people. Okay, excellent. I did a great self-tape for them. I send that off. Okay, the meaning that I'm giving to that. Well, the meaning I'm giving to that is someone, Robert Stern, who's casting it, must have thought from my spotlight or my showreel or whatever he saw that I was good enough to play that role. What a win that is. Okay, maybe it was Tony. Maybe it was Barrington, one of the other people in like the producers in the part of the team, saw your stuff and, really, really liked it. So that must mean that I'm good enough. Right, okay, well, that fills me with confidence. That fills me with something positive. And then what am I doing because of that, because of the meaning I'm giving it? Well, actually, I'm feeling empowered. I'm going to, maybe you're going to reach out and, send something that's congruent with the responder, I don't know, or something, a new showreel scene or whatever it is. I don't know, directly to Robert Stern or to Tony Schumacher via DM on Twitter or something like that. I don't know. Or just other people in the industry. Maybe you're like, actually, the self-tape that I did for that was great. I've still got the self-tape. I'm going to send that to a different casting director. And I'm just, I wouldn't obviously not put it out in public. Don't do that. But, sending it confidentially to another casting director in the industry without even naming the project. Don't even tell them what it is. Could potentially be a good idea if you didn't sign an NDA. Obviously, you don't want to let any of that storyline out in public at all. But, stuff like that can, be useful sometimes. You could say I just did a self-tape for another show. Obviously, can't tell you what it is. Can't tell you who it's for, but it's for a casting director. In confidence, I'm sending you this through. I really enjoyed my performance. I thought this was good. It's in line with the stuff that you cast. Anything coming up would love to be considered. Like I said, be careful if you did sign an NDA or anything like that. Don't do that till the show is out. But you might well just film something that's in alignment with that anyway. Something that's just similar, but something maybe you've written yourself. But those are really, really important decisions. What am I focusing on? What meaning am I giving that thing? And then because of that meaning, what am I doing? And if they stack up negatively, you're putting yourself in a shit place. Really, you're putting your back against the wall. We've always got to try and find a positive spin on it. I always say, don't I, like, what good is there in this situation that I cannot currently see? Because sometimes, like, it can feel like the whole world is falling down around you, and you really have to stop and ask yourself, well, hang on a minute, like, what good is there in this situation that I cannot currently see? And you should look for it. Tony Robbins says, what if I told you, that all of your problems in the world were the biggest gifts you were ever going to get? He said, when you start looking at it like that, you become a lot more empowered and a lot less, of a victim to those problems. It's hard. It's freaking hard to do. But everything that's challenging you has been, effectively sent to give you an opportunity to improve. And it is difficult. But yeah, you've got to focus on the good. And Ben said it's only when I mention it. I'll stop mentioning it. No, I'm going to mention it because I'm gonna force you to push forward, Ben. Push forward, push through it. Definitely. I still think it's a result. I think everybody who sends me an email like they got auditions, they didn't get it. I'm like, what a great result though still. Because, there's another 99 people behind you who aren't getting the auditions. So you're doing something right already. Something good is happening for you to get those opportunities, definitely. There you go. Alex says you don't have to, you get to. Very, very true. You don't have to do anything. You get to do all of this. What a privilege it is to get to do it. Right. God, tonight's going fast, isn't it? We've not got that long left, 20 minutes. So I want to, first of all, I've left this on the screen, by the way. I'm bringing this down soon. If there's anybody here who's not a member of actsonthis.tv yet, and you're like, what's this community all about? Is it any good? I've put together a bundle of 10 hours of some of the best coaching calls that I have recorded for ActsOnThis.tv in the last 6 months with some of the biggest names of the industry. We've got Oscar-winning writer and actress Rachel Shenton in this, top agent Helen Kelly from International Artist Management, head of Hollyoaks casting Peter Hunt, top showreel producer Chris Stone. Who else have we got in this bundle? Let me just go over to the website, because I put it all together and I'm letting people, just for a very limited time, if you don't have a membership, just pay whatever you want for it. Literally pay whatever you want for it. It's a pay what you can offer. If you've got a membership, don't get this because you've already got access to this content. It's in your members area right now. But you can literally go to actsonthis.tv/pay what you can. actsonthis.tv/pay what you can. And you'll get access to this 10 hours of honestly game-changing footage. There's Chris Stone. We've got Showreel Surgery with Chris Stone. Got a new one of these coming up tomorrow. I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. The session there we did with Helen Kelly from International Artist Management, head of Hollyoaks casting Peter Hunt. His session. Oh yeah, Brassic director Ruth Carney. What an absolute legend she is. She's just directing another brand new drama right now. I can't remember the name of it, but I keep seeing a tweet about it. And then Oscar-winning writer and actress Rachel Shenton. So there's over 10 hours of content there. You can literally pay whatever you like for it. Whatever you think it's worth, you go and pay for it. People have paid anywhere between, some people have paid £7 for it. Some people have paid 10, 12, 15. A couple of very generous souls. One person paid £85. One person paid 70. It's just an offer where you literally can just pay what you like for that content. And then if you like it, I mean, you get to keep that forever. It's not like a membership where if your membership lapses, you lose access. But if you like that, then obviously you can get a membership at actsonthis.tv, grab a membership from the main homepage, and then you can join us live on all these calls that we do with these guests, get your questions answered, and ultimately just stay one step ahead of everybody else in the industry, because every week you're going to be on the cutting edge of what is going on. You're going to hear about what's being cast. You're going to hear how to get in front of the casting directors that we have on, how to work with the directors we have on, how to sign with the agents we have on. We've got some great people coming up as well. Kelly Valentine Hendry, the Bridgerton casting director, is on in a couple of weeks' time. We've got a showreel surgery session happening tomorrow night that I'm going to talk about in a minute. It's all happening. All for, ultimately, what's the price of like a latte a week, to be honest with you? A posh one anyway. It's cost you about £6 a week, basically, for membership. So it's super, super cheap, super affordable. It's just the best, the best value in the industry, full stop, in my opinion. So come get involved. But if you want to try it out, actsonthis.tv/pay what you can. And just pay what you can, basically. Let's have a look. Florina says it's the second time she's auditioning for the same series. And their answer was, second time you've been auditioning for the same series. And their answer was, we really loved her, but we went with someone else now, but we'd like to keep in touch in the future. And when my agent sent me this after the second one, I told him I want to think of it as see what I have to change and learn to turn this into. She booked. We want her. As you were saying, there is something to learn from everything, and I'm looking at what I should change to turn it into booking. Yeah, absolutely. You know what, Florina, as well, sometimes there's nothing you did in those auditions to lose you the job. It just didn't go your way for whatever reason. The writer just thought, the person who got the job looked a bit more like the character they'd written in their head. Maybe, they looked a bit more like someone in that show who was going to play their family member, anything like that. But it is always good to take accountability and responsibility and say, could I have done something better? If I was going to do that again tomorrow, what would I do differently? Could I have prepared more? All those kind of things are worth just thinking about, but don't beat yourself up or anything like that. I'm sure for them to ask you back, a second time, you did a great job the first time, and no doubt a great job the second time. But yeah, it's always worth looking for what you can improve, without sort of getting down about it or anything like that. So no, good on you. Right, so tomorrow night, you will have received, if you are a member of actsonthis.tv, you will have received an email from me this morning. Go and check your inbox if you haven't looked at it yet. And it was titled, I Need Your Showreel. And basically, tomorrow night, we are hosting this quarter's, we do this every quarter, this quarter's Showreel Surgery live session, which is a showreel surgery session. Effectively, it's exactly what it sounds like it is. We look at 5 members' showreels. So we choose at random 5 showreels that have been submitted. So in that email, you'll see a Google form. You can go over to the Google form and put your showreel in the mix. And then we're going to choose 5 at random tomorrow. We're going to play them out with Chris Stone, who in my opinion is the best showreel producer in the UK. We're going to look at what's working, what isn't working, how we can make these reels better, more impactful. So when you're sending them to the agents and casting directors you're going to be sending them to before the end of 2023, they're going to have the biggest impact possible. So I've got a little trailer just with Chris, so those people who haven't seen him can see him for the first time. And yeah, this is happening 7:30 p.m. tomorrow. I'm probably going to close that Google form off at noon tomorrow. So if you're watching live and you want your show reel to be in the mix, we choose 5 at random. Okay, so we get a lot of reels submitted, so I'm not saying you're going to get yours chosen, but we choose 5 at random. If you want yours at least in that draw, go and find that email in your inbox now. It'll say, I want your show reel or I need your show reel, and there'll be a link to a Google form. Just link to YouTube or Vimeo. A few people aren't reading the email as well. They're sending me like their show reel on WeTransfer. I don't need it on WeTransfer. We need it on YouTube or Vimeo. So if you want it in the mix, go fill that Google form in, and it's got to be YouTube or Vimeo. But here's how it goes down. Actors, what shape is your show reel in right now, okay? Is it landing you the agent meetings, the auditions, and the self-tape requests that you really, really want? Because if it isn't, I want you to come and join us for this week's actonthis.tv Showreel Surgery live session. It's taking place on Tuesday, the 5th of September at 7:30 p.m. on Zoom with this absolute legend here, in my opinion, the number one showreel producer in the UK, Mr. Chris Stone, back in the house. Chris, welcome back to actonthis.tv, mate. Tell them how showreel surgery works.
Well, we're going to be looking at 5 showreels from different Act On This members, and we're going to be analysing them, working out what's working, what's not working, what improvements we can make, so you have the biggest impact when you're sending them out to casting directors and agents, because there's still time in 2023 to book auditions.
There is, and book roles and change your career. Literally, like, there are 4 months left. A lot of actors want to start sort of like taking it easy and giving up at this time of year. We want to finish the year strong. So yeah, if you want to learn how to make your showreel have the biggest impact possible, book you those auditions, land you those roles by the end of 2023, come and join us. Get yourself over to actonthis.tv/live for full details of this session and every single session. We sit down every week with the biggest casting directors, agents, actors, writers, directors, and producers in TV, the best people in the industry, teaching you guys how to push your career further much, much faster. So actonthis.tv/live for full details. And Chris, I ask you this. On every trailer that we do for Showreel Surgery, we do Showreel Surgery every quarter. But why don't actors want to miss this quarter session in particular?
Because it's September and it's back to school, and every day's a school day. So come and join me and Ross, because we've got a lot to teach you.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I love the way you tie that in. It is back to school time. Every day is a school day. Come and learn. Be there. actonthis.tv/live. actonthis.tv/live if you want to find out what else is on the live schedule, what other calls are coming up. Like I said in that trailer there, we do this every single week. We'll bring a guest on, a top casting director, agent, actor, writer, director, producer. And you, as a member of actonthis.tv, get a chance to jump on that call and get all the inside info, basically, of how to push your career forward much further, much faster. So yes, Showreel Surgery tomorrow night as I record this. That's Tuesday the 5th of September, 7:30 p.m. with Chris Stone. And they're great sessions. It's basically a way for you to look at what other actors are sending out to casting directors and to agents, etc. If you're unsure, of where your reel stacks up compared to the competition, it's a really useful session to be a part of, because, you can see what is, being sent out, how your stuff compares. And maybe you need to tweak stuff. Maybe you're like, actually, my reel's better than all these, so I'm good. I'm going to start sending it out more. Can be even prouder of it. Or actually, hang on a minute. Yeah, I probably need to make some tweaks and some changes. And we're going to walk people through an 8-step process on this call as well tomorrow night. That I promise you, if you just implement these 8 things, and they're quite simple things to implement in your reel, I guarantee you will, 5x the number of auditions that you are receiving. That you've received this year, if you implement these things. They're really, really simple things that are so simple sometimes it baffles me how actors in the community have seen 3 or 4 showreel surgeries and still not implemented some of them in their reel. I'm like, come on, this is easy stuff. But yeah, if you do this, it will honestly, your reel will book you auditions on autopilot a lot of the time. It will work much, much harder for you. Your reel is the thing that can, land you auditions when you are literally sleeping. People can be watching it and getting your name on lists to see you for for shows and stuff. So that's tomorrow evening, 7:30 p.m. Like I say, if you want your reel in the mix, go check your email if you're a premium member of Rats on This, and fill that Google form in that I sent out this morning, and we're going to do a random draw tomorrow. Yeah, I'll probably close that form midday, mid-noon, noon, just noon tomorrow, 5th of September. Right, what else is going down in the chat here? I think Callum, you said you got an audition tomorrow. I think I missed that, but I think that's what it said. If you have, good luck with that, mate. Hope all goes well with that. Tom's still writing his scripts. Good on you, Tom. Keep doing that. Florina says she's not beating herself up. Yeah, no, absolutely. It is, like I said, though, it's definitely good to just have a little autopsy of what you could do better next time, perhaps. And it looks like everybody's good. Katora says Ruth is alleged. Katora, have you got your casualty footage, by the way, as well? Just let me know if you're still here, because if you've not, I can potentially help you with that. Let me know if you have got it though. Definitely. And Zoe, yeah, you're right. It says Ruth's working on Tell Me Everything too. Yeah. Tell Me Everything too. Yeah, that's what she's working on. I keep seeing the clapperboard that she keeps tweeting. Ruth's just brilliant. She's just bloody lovely, Ruth Carney. And she is part of that Pay What You Can bundle, folks. If you're not a member and you want to just check out some of the sessions and see how we work them, @sonthis.tv/pay what you can. I forgot about this. I found a little article before. I just wanted to show people. I'm not going to read it out now. You can go read it in your own time. But I'm going to be talking quite a lot more about AI on some of these sessions soon, and how we can use AI and ChatGPT to help us in the in our careers, ultimately, whether that's script writing, helping with emails, helping with research, all this sort of stuff. And I noticed Deadline put this article out today. Petch sent it me, actually. Producer Petch sent it me this morning on WhatsApp. It says, ITV and Equity progressing on landmark deal for soap actors that would include artificial intelligence provisions for the first time. And what it takes into account is the stuff that everyone in America's worried about. And it's just not going to be a problem, though, because the industry and all of our unions and stuff will make sure that this isn't a problem. Don't worry about it. Don't focus on it. But there are applications of AI that can effectively clone you. To be honest with you, that's just what it is. They can clone you, and effectively, it's like a deep fake, really, but even better than that, so that they could make you act in shows where you're not actually there. It's a double-edged thing for me, because in the voiceover world, I've spoken about this before, I do a lot of voiceover. And in the voiceover world, that's a really attractive prospect for me, where people can clone your voice. Legally, they're not taking my voice, but effectively what would happen in the voiceover world is my voice reel would become a voice pack. Effectively, I don't know what you'd have to do. You'd have to record maybe 10 minutes of you speaking every single vowel and consonant in the world, in the English language. And then AI can basically have you we can clone your voice and have you say absolutely whatever you want. Have you say whatever they want you to say. So you've got to be careful what jobs you're agreeing to do. But in the voiceover world, depending on rates of pay and stuff like that, that would mean you could really scale your output and scale your voice. Obviously, I can only do one job at a time. If I'm booked for a 4-hour job, during that 4 hours, I can't go and do another job for somebody else. Whereas when it comes to cloning your voice, if somebody, when actually we want Ross's voice for I did the Subway adverts for a long time. I did Cost Cutters adverts, Iceland's adverts for a long time. Maybe they could pay you for a continuity thing where they go, right, we're going to give you $100,000 a year and you're going to do as many adverts for Iceland as we want you to. But actually, you only need to come and record them once. And then for the rest of the time, we're just going to use the clone of your voice to just change the offers up and change the products that we're talking about within the ads. You don't have to come and record it. That's a really useful thing, because I can then be off doing other jobs and earning other, money from, other parts of the industry. And when it comes to AI visuals, I don't know. I mean, it would be a lot harder for someone to clone you and put you in loads of stuff. It's a much bigger job, but it is possible. But I just wanted to highlight that Equity and the union and all of the broadcasters and the legitimate channels are all actually talking proactively and positively about all this stuff to make sure that actors are protected and that other people's creative work is protected. But it's just going to be a fascinating decade that we're going into. But I think there will be a lot of positive applications. Of course, there's going to be dodgy people who want to just manipulate things and want to take people for a ride. But that's just, that happens every single day without AI, doesn't it? Let's just be honest. That's just human nature. The internet right now, we're using it for good. You're all watching, we're having a good time, we're all chatting. Hopefully, people are having a nice time. And then there's a dark side of the internet where loads of dodgy stuff happens. But it doesn't mean the internet's bad. So just because, there's a dark side of AI where some bad stuff can happen doesn't mean that AI is bad. There's a lot of incredibly positive applications for it that can really enhance your life and save you time. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, that's on deadline.com, that article, if you want to read it. I'll see if I can get where's my web browser again? Let's see if I can get a link. I don't know if I can copy this into the chat. I wonder if I can copy it from my iMac onto my MacBook. This is a test of technology. Yep, there you go. So let me know if that's come up in the chat if you're here live on Facebook. Yeah, it should have done. So if you want to go and read that, I just thought it was quite an interesting read. Shout out to Petch for finding that this morning. And let me know what you think of AI. Yeah. Oh, hang on a minute. I knew that had happened. I didn't realise that had happened. Hang on a second, folks. I should be coming back. Stay with me. Those people on the replay, don't worry about it. I don't know how long my internet was going dodgy for them. But it should be okay. You might be able to just hear me audio-wise and not see me picture-wise for a second. We were doing so well tonight. We had all the internet going for ages perfectly. And then at the last minute, it's gone under a bit. Come on, reconnect. There you go. I've reconnected. I don't know what point did I break up there for you folks. I should be back now, but let me know what point I broke. I broke up. I was talking about AI. Did we get through AI properly for those people who were here live? I think I did. I think people are talking about AI there. Yeah, I don't know at what point the internet melted. It's because it's so hot in this room. I think my Mac just had a little fit, but I should be back now. Sorry for that. I think a lot of people probably just went, "Nah, he's gone. Forget it. I'm out." But I'm back. So yeah, when you said you'll get the link, oh, that's good. I think so that's what happened then. Me just getting the link screwed my computer up, didn't it? But we got the link. We got the link now. So there we go. And what is it? 5-2. So we got 5 minutes left. Let me know your thoughts on that. Thoughts on AI, if anything is good or bad in your world when it comes to AI. But no, I'm definitely back. There you go. I'm definitely back. And it doesn't look like we missed very much, which is good. So that's all good. So yeah, shout out to Petch for finding that article, and I'll keep you posted if we find any more. For those people who are on here who do first TV role fast track with us, which is a program I bring out once a year for actors looking to get their first TV role fast, we've got a live call for you guys this Wednesday coming up, and we're going to look at AI within that for the first time. Really impressive, actually, to be honest. Like it's early days. It will obviously get better, but we've been using AI to help when it comes to a part of the program, and we're going to share that with you on Wednesday. And anyone who's been on a previous intake of that program, don't forget you're going to get upgraded to the 2023 version of that program at the end of September, so you'll get access to that new information as well. Because we want to look after everybody. And those people who aren't on First TV Roll Fast Track, where have you been? It'll open up again next year, so you can go to actonthis.tv/first, FIRST, if you want to get on the waiting list. But we only open it up once a year for 100 actors each year. That is all. So I'm going to finish it up, folks. We've got like a couple of minutes left. Has anyone got any questions? Anything that you want to just quickly run by me? Anything that I can help you with? Just let me know, and I'll just see if I can squeeze a couple in the next few minutes. But thanks so much to everybody for being here. Really means the world. I was thinking, are you guys still all right with these broadcasts? I've been doing these broadcasts every Monday night for 10 years, basically. And we always do them 9 till 10. And I know I've said a few times, I've been thinking of bringing them earlier in the night. But like, how do people feel about that? I don't know. I just thought, is it late for people 9 till 10 still? Would you prefer them at like 7:30, 8-ish? I don't know. I'm happy to still do them at 9, but yeah, any feedback on that would be good. Just to know, because I don't know if people are like, what, go to bed at 10 o'clock, really, to be honest. Don't want to be on Facebook. Zoe says all good at 9 o'clock. But yeah, if anybody's got any requests for earlier slots or anything like that, just let us know. You can tweet at Act on This TV. If you want to, or if you're watching on the replay, tweet at Act on This TV as well. That would be good. Let's have a look. 9 still good, says Nick. Is it every Monday? Yes, Ben. It wasn't last Monday because it's a bank holiday, but I go live every Monday, 9 p.m. till 10 p.m. on Facebook, except bank holidays and Christmas. So yeah, it's been every single Monday for literally 10 years of my life, definitely. Oh, and it's 11 p.m. for Florida. Wow, that is dedication for you, definitely. Oh, and Tom wants to give a shout out. Yeah, so we had our Manchester meetup for Act on This members in Manchester this Saturday just gone, the 2nd of September at 53.2. It was brilliant. Thank you so much to everybody who came down. It's amazing to meet people in real life and just, have a brew and a piece of cake and just have a chat with everybody. That's fantastic. Our London meetup, because of train strikes, normally it'd be on the same day as our Manchester one, but it was postponed 1 week until next Saturday, so the 9th of September. Tom Housden, who's on here now on Facebook, he is hosting it. It's at the Weatherspoons in Holborn. It's called the Shakespeare's Head, I think, something like that. 2 p.m. till 5 p.m. The details are in the Act on This Facebook group. If you go into the Facebook group, if you're not part of that group, it's free. It's facebook.com/groups/Act on This TV. And you will find details of that meetup there. But yeah, you London gang, have an amazing meetup on Saturday. Take some photos, Tom. I want to make sure people see what they're missing out on if they don't go. Because I love doing the meetups. It's great. We do member meetups on Zoom on the first Saturday of every month, but once a quarter we do that in person. So 2 times out of 3 it's on Zoom, but then 1 time it's in real life. And then the next one in real life will be, I think, the 2nd Saturday in December, because we're still going to do the Zoom one on the first Saturday of December for people who are in different parts of the world and who are still members of Acts on This. But then we're going to do an in-person one the 2nd Saturday of December, whatever date that is. And that's normally we go to the Christmas markets. If you come to the Manchester one with me, at least, we meet at a place. So we'll meet at 53.2 first, probably for an hour, wait till everybody's there, get everybody wrapped up warm, and then we'll just walk the 10 minutes or so it is into the centre of Manchester. And we'll go and have like a Bailey's latte or mulled wine. And just get merry and bring in Christmas. So that'll be the next time we do an in-person meetup for those people who missed it this time. But one thing I'll say just before I go, I'll just go over to the website again quickly. If you're ever wondering about when things are and you're a member of actsonthis.tv, let me just go to the members area here. If you click into your premium membership, the purple products here where all your replays are, at the top of this this section here, it says upcoming live calls and how to join them. You'll find literally a schedule of everything that's going on. So you'll never have to wonder when everything is. I see people going, oh, if I'd have just known sooner. I'm like, I put the schedule in here a year ago. You would have known the monthly meetups. If you go into here, you would have known the entire schedule has been there up until, there's only just a quarter of the year left now, but the entire schedule from January has been in there since January. So I've given people as much notice as possible, but you've got to do a little bit of research yourself, but it's all in the members area for you, so you can find details of everything. Right, so I think we're good. David's saying maybe 8:30 till 9:30 could be a good one. It means I get to bed a bit earlier, David, as well, because I'll be up doing the replay of this now, so probably 11:30 before I get to bed. But we shall see. I might mix it up a little bit and do some slightly different times some weeks. See what happens. Amazing. I'll finish on this trailer again for Chris Stone and Showreel Surgery. I want to see you folks on this tomorrow night. If you're a member of Acts on This, if you're not, get a membership. Come and join us for this. Get your showreel working for you this year. There's still those 4 months left of 2023 with the right showreel, a showreel that is banging, that is showing you to your best, that you are jumping for joy at, that you are sending out to casting directors on a weekly basis, can change your life. It sounds dramatic, but that's literally the reality. A decent showreel could land you an audition that can change the trajectory of your career forever. It's as simple as that. So this call tomorrow night could literally, honestly, be the difference between, you getting that audition or not. Like, it sounds big, but it's true. It really is true. Your showreel is super, super, super important. So 7:30 p.m. with Chris Stone. Be there. We'll dig into 5-member showreels. And if you want yours to be maybe one of them, make sure you go and fill that Google form in. Right, gonna love you and leave you, folks. Thank you so much for being here. It means the freaking world, as always. And I'll catch up with you on the next one. Until then, love to you all. Bye for now. Actors, what shape is your showreel in right now, okay? Is it landing you the agent meetings, the auditions, and the self-tape requests that you really, really want? Because if it isn't, I want you to come and join us for this week's ActOnThis.tv Showreel Surgery live session. It's taking place on Tuesday, the 5th of September at 7:30 p.m. on Zoom with this absolute legend here, in my opinion, the #1 showreel producer in the UK, Mr. Chris Stone, back in the house. Chris, welcome back to ActOnThis.tv, mate. Tell them how showreel surgery works.
Well, we're going to be looking at 5 showreels from different Act On This members, and we're going to be analysing them, working out what's working, what's not working, what improvements we can make, so you have the biggest impact when you're sending them out to casting directors and agents, because there's still time in 2023 to book auditions.
There is, and book roles and change your career. Literally, like, there are 4 months left. A lot of actors want to start sort of like taking it easy and giving up at this time of year. We want to finish the year strong. So yeah, if you want to learn how to make your showreel have the biggest impact possible, book you those auditions, land you those roles by the end of 2023, come and join us. Get yourself over to actonthis.tv/live for full details of this session and every single session. We sit down every week with the biggest casting directors, agents, actors, writers, directors, and producers in TV, the best people in the industry, teaching you guys how to push your career further much, much faster. So actonthis.tv/live for full details. And Chris, I ask you this. On every trailer that we do for showreel surgery, we do showreel surgery every quarter. But why don't actors want to miss this quarter session in particular?
Because it's September and it's back to school, and every day is a school day. So come and join me and Ross, because we've got a lot to teach you.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I love the way you tie that in. It is back to school time. Every day is a school day. Come and learn. Be there. ActOnThis.tv /live.